Hey there, I am happy to be back. My name is Veronica. If you are new to me, this is the Essential Astrocast. It is my weekly broadcast bringing you all of the astrology happenings that are happening in the heavens so that you can manifest what you want to create in this life here on Earth. So I'm going to dive right in. We're going to try to make it super fast today. There's a lot happening. The full moon was a really powerful one this morning. So if you're here on the East Coast, I'm in New York, then you probably felt it early this morning, maybe when you woke up, maybe when you went to bed last night. It was in the 4 a.m. hour. So you may have felt it gearing up last night, or you may have felt it this morning when you woke up. Now, mind you, the full moon in Sagittarius, it's a truth-seeking moon. We also have a really, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is actually in a square with Neptune, which we are in a series of 3 squares. And so what that basically means is that there is a great re-examination of your belief system right now. So I had a friend reach out to me yesterday, and she was saying how she met a guy and how all guys only want one thing from her and they only want a physical connection and that she never experiences anything other than that. And I said, that is a belief. So if you change the belief, then you will start to attract different types of men that want something different from you. Get clear about what you want from them. Get clear about what you are open to. Get clear about what type of partnership you want to create, and then you will start to see that. So beliefs are really, really powerful is what I'm saying. And this full moon in Sagittarius is illuminating whatever our beliefs are. So if your belief system is based in something that maybe is not feeling true to you anymore, this might be a time where you leave that belief system or let go pieces of that belief system, whether that is a religious belief or otherwise. This is a time where like false prophets, false gurus might be showing their truth to you, showing their true colors. This might be a time of just noticing, examining the self-talk that you have going on in your head all the time, and checking in with whether or not that's true for you. Maybe it's not true. Maybe you've been telling yourself something for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and it's actually not the truth. So this is really the theme of the full moon for me, from my perspective. If you want more on the full moon, you can become a member on Patreon. So right now what I'm doing is I still do this Essential Astrocast every Monday, but for the new moon and the full moon, I do a special breakdown of that just for my members on Patreon. So if you are interested in that, I will drop the link here. And you can also just go to Patreon and search my name, Veronica Peretti, and you'll find me. If you want to get those 2 extra Astrocasts each month. Okay, so on to the week. So we've got the full moon in Sagittarius that happened this morning, and then we had a little void moon period where the moon was sort of, I always like to say, out of service, So imagine that the moon is on a backcountry road with no cell service. That's what it means when it's void. It's not talking to any other planets. So the moon was void for this morning for a period here on the East Coast, and then it went into Capricorn. Now the moon in Capricorn each month, so the moon travels through all 12 signs each lunar cycle, so each month. And the moon in Capricorn right now is really interesting and also can be really heavy. So the moon in Capricorn gets a bad rap for being, shall we say, non-emotional. I wouldn't say that Capricorns are non-emotional. I would say that Capricorns don't necessarily show their emotions, but they feel a great deal. So they might experience feelings and have emotions and sensitivity to things, but not necessarily express it to you. So they like to keep that rock hard, steady exterior. So with that said, we have the moon in Capricorn now here on Monday night, and it's really interesting. Each month we have the moon in Capricorn. The moon in Capricorn activates what I'm calling this Capricorn cluster. And so that's a pretty intense few days each month that we're experiencing every month as we move toward the Saturn and Pluto conjunction in the sky that will occur in January 2020. So something to be aware of. Tomorrow is actually when the conjunction between the moon and Saturn will occur, tomorrow night, on Tuesday night. But before we get there, we're actually going to have Mercury and Mars coming together in Cancer, and that's pretty intense. Amy, you're asking, my moon is in Cancer, will I be affected more? Not sure how that works. So your moon is in Cancer, so every month you have a lunar return, and this is your lunar return, depending on the degree, but your moon in Cancer, yeah. So you're going to feel the moon in Cancer every month because it's your home. It's where you feel emotionally fulfilled, and it's where you feel at home. The moon rules our mother, so it rules our first home, the womb. So you probably are feeling this more than some other people might be. But pay attention to it for the next few months. Pay attention to when the moon is in Capricorn and see how you're feeling. Tuesday night here on the East Coast, the moon will, you're welcome, the moon will come to join up with Saturn, and then early Wednesday morning, Pluto. And so that is going to be, it's going to be interesting. See how you feel at that time, everyone, not just Amy, everybody. But Tuesday, before we get to all that, Mercury is going to conjunct Mars in Cancer opposite Pluto. So Tuesday is a heavy hitter, and I want you to really, the big message I have for you this week is give yourself time, pause. Do not rush through your life. Give yourself a lot of space. Take deep breaths, because Mercury and Mars come together, and that is very agitated energy. They're going to be across from Pluto. Whenever Mars opposes Pluto or squares Pluto, that is sorry, somebody called me. That is power struggles waiting to happen. So you might be experiencing some very intense power struggles in your life with your boss, with your friends, with your significant other on Tuesday or during this week. Really, really please take a deep breath. Do not rush. And give yourself time, and just know that there's going to be this agitated energy in the atmosphere on Tuesday. So if you can do things that keep you cool, drink plenty of water, eat 3 square meals, do your meditation, do your yoga, get to the gym, get out that energy, do what you need to do to keep yourself cool and calm and collected. Okay, so we said that late at night, the moon's going to meet with Saturn, and then Wednesday, the moon is going to meet Pluto early in the AM, wee hours here in New York City. And then the moon is going to go void of course from 7:18 a.m. till 10 p.m. on Wednesday. So Wednesday, the moon is going to be out of cell service. We're not going to be able to talk to the moon. So basically what that means, whenever the moon goes void, of course, it's not a great day to start something. It's not a great day to plan a launch. It's not a great day to it's a day for mundane activities. Do the laundry, do your finances, do the run-of-the-mill emails, catch up on your correspondence, maybe do some like tidying up around the house. Just, you don't necessarily want to do like the big crazy launch thing on Wednesday. And then at 10 p.m. the moon's going to go into Aquarius on Wednesday, and then we're going to be out of that heavy Capricorn energy for another month or so. We're going to have that. We have that Capricorn energy all year. I keep talking about it. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about the Capricorn energy at this point. But Thursday, the moon is going to square Uranus. And so that it might feel like a little bit of a shakeup, and almost it might feel like a welcome shakeup after the Capricorn, the heavy Capricorn Cancer energy we're going to be experiencing earlier in the week. Now, mind you, this Cancer opposite Capricorn thing that we've got going on, that is a foreshadowing of the eclipses. So this morning, when the full moon in Sagittarius occurred, it opened up eclipse season. So eclipse season is right now for the next 30 days, really, I would even say really 45 days. And this is a time where the things that we don't necessarily want to see, or the things that we're avoiding seeing, are going to come to light. So eclipses always bring things to light. If something is coming up, pay attention to the story that's coming up right now, because it's a story that is going to be either fully illuminated or resolved for you. as we move into and through the eclipse series. That basically means that in 2 weeks from now, the new moon is going to be an eclipse. And then 2 weeks from that is going to be another eclipse. And then it'll take another 2 weeks for the eclipse season to be done. So we're lucky. We only have 2. Last summer we had 3. So we're hopefully it's going to be less painful and quicker, quicker is better. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But I think Thursday, when the moon squares Uranus, there might be a surge of energy. You might feel really inspired and excited because the moon will be in Aquarius, which is really innovative and rebellious and freedom seeking, and Uranus is its ruler, and it's in Taurus, which is not so happy about, but we got to deal with it. It's going to be there for another 7 to 8 years. And so when the moon squares Uranus, there might be a little bit of friction, but it also might be like an exciting friction. Like, yes, you might want to debate for the sake of debating this week. You might want to argue for the sake of arguing this week. Be mindful of that, okay? Then Friday, we've got another really long void. And so what I think all these long voids are telling us is pause. Give yourself pause. Give yourself space. Do not rush. Give yourself time. Give yourself the space to meditate, the space to practice yoga, the space to take an extra 10 minutes to get ready in the morning, an extra 10 minutes to get to work, an extra few minutes to meet a friend. I read something, and I forgot where yesterday, about how when you give yourself extra time, the time is not wasted because it actually gives you the opportunity to reflect. So really give yourself time this week. And these void, of course, moons are really inspiring us to take some time. So last but not least, we've got the weekend. And so Saturn from 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. Saturday, on Saturday, the day of Saturn, the moon is going to go into Pisces at 10 a.m. and the sun is going to go into Cancer. So that's going to be really interesting. We're going to kick off Cancer season with the sun in Cancer on Saturday. So just watch how your energy feels. I think the weekend's going to be really nice. Sun in Cancer, water sign, moon in Pisces. It's going to be really, really nice. It's going to be take your time, go slow, do things that you enjoy. It might be a little sensual in the sense of sensation, fulfilling it from a sensation level. Take baths, go to the water, go to the ocean if you can, go to the beach, go to the pool. So, and then Sunday you're going to have Venus opposite Jupiter with the moon in Pisces, which is going to be very nice because Venus opposite Jupiter, it really it expands our relationships. It expands our ability to love. It expands our ability to have compassion. And one of the things that I kept coming back to with this full moon in Sagittarius is this idea of compassionate action. Feels like right now is a time of taking action. So whether or not you're politically inclined, there's a lot going on in the world, and there is this feeling of I can't stand around and just watch it anymore. I have to do something, but I don't necessarily want to be a troll on the internet. So really see where you can take compassionate action, whether that's in your life, whether that's in your community, whether that's, in our political system, the global community, donating to an organization that is working with what's going on in Sudan, donating to the legal organizations that are working with people at the border. So take compassionate action. Sagittarius is a truth seeker. So this is really a time for taking action that aligns with your values, aligns with your truth. And with that, I need to get going to go teach yoga. I wanted to let you know that all week we've got Neptune making really friendly aspects to Cancer and Capricorn. So Neptune rules our intuition. It also can be confusing and a little foggy, but pay attention to that confusion. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to what your gut is telling you. Amy says, this is so aligned with what's just been coming up for me, meditation and journaling wise. Stillness and pausing. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. And everyone can take a note from Amy. Meditation and journaling, those are two of the most important parts of my day. This is a week where if you're not doing that, that's a great thing for you to be doing. I think I said everything I have to say. And I'm going to wrap it up before I say more. I do have a really nice essential oil blend for the full moon in Sagittarius. I will post that so that you can see it. And I will talk to you next week. And last but not least, if you want to get a reading with me, you can go to my site, veronicapreti.com/astrology, see all of the information about booking a reading with me, learn a little bit about what's involved. I do have spots available for the end of this month and in July, and eclipse season is generally like our holiday season in astrology. So really get in now before people start to feel the energy, and then they all want sessions. And if you would like the full moon and new moon Astrocast each month, then you can head on over to my Patreon page, and there you can sign up for the monthly moon forecast Astrocast as well. Okay, sending you lots of love. I am gonna run, and have a great week. I'll see you soon.